on this whole topic of starting warm, you're kind of doing, you've got a lot of stuff you're doing outside the exam room, obviously, right? We were talking a little bit about this morning, what you got coming up there, maybe 2020. I don't know if you want to talk about it now, or why don't you get that start warming that up. Tell everybody a little bit about what's going on, what they can expect.
Well, since opening warm, I've had quite a few other doctors reach out and be like, "Hey, how did you do it?" Because in my county, there hadn't been another person open, warm, cold, whatever, in a really long time. So they were, a lot of people reached out and said, "Listen, can you help me?" So I'm working with Dr. Darrell Glover over there, and we're going to start a podcast in the beginning of the year. So we're going to start working on some content. We have a couple things. I got a book that's coming out. So what I wrote down about opening warm, I actually have that coming out. So it'll be a stocking stuffer.
Nice.
So a book is coming out. We got the podcast coming out. And then I'm doing a lot of brand marketing and brand awareness, teaching different brands on how to market to their community, how to market appropriately to the community. And I have another thing that we're working on. It's called Black Eye Care Perspective, combination of Black eye care professionals, doctors and opticians that want to work together and support each other and be able to exchange ideas. But not only that, we also want to teach non-Black people how to market to the Black community. Because there's a lot of doctors that live and operate in areas of color, but they may not necessarily know how to effectively market to that community without offending them, without seeming that they're too pushy or too anything. They want to know, hey, what type of frames should I buy for these patients? I'm really missing the mark on the frame choices in my office because my capture ratio is low. And they're thinking, oh, these people don't buy glasses. And it's not that. It's that the selection that you have doesn't actually cater to them. So we want to be able to teach brands and companies that, hey, when I do an ad campaign, how do I do something that markets to the Black community but is not offensive to the Black community?
Yep.
Right? So you got to be inclusive. You have to have people that's behind the scenes that can look at your branding marketing portfolio and say, that's cool, that's not cool. This is fun, this is engaging, this makes me feel included, this makes me feel offended. I want to feel included in the conversation. So we're doing two things. We're having a community for Black professionals to get together where they can engage and exchange ideas. And then we're having a platform where we're doing some branding, marketing, and some consulting for companies and saying, hey, I want to be able to do some color contacts. So I want to do some cool lenses that change colors, that we want to focus on these type of patients, but we don't exactly have a targeted marketing campaign because you can't market. I like to use cars, I love cars, right? Yeah. BMW does not market to everybody. Yeah. They market to a specific person. And in the eye care space, a lot of times they try to market to everybody. Yep. And everybody means you market to nobody.